Oh my god, guys. I was totally straightening my hair, and like my awesome straightener fell off like the arm of the chair, and it like hit my leg. So now I like have a burn on my leg, and it's just like, oh my god. Like, have you ever totally been walking down the street and like had this really totally like disgusting guy come up to you and be like, hey? It's like totally disgusting, right? Well, yeah. I mean, who wants to be hit on when they're walking down the street? Like, we live in frickin' New Jersey, not New York. And this isn't like the frickin' Jersey Shore. I totally hate when that happens. Like, last night, I had to, like, go to CVS. It's, like, around the corner from my house. Because, like, no place was open. And I really totally needed a candy fix. So, like, I was like, oh, my God, I'm not going to make it through the night. I totally need a piece of candy. And since, like, Halloween was canceled because of Sandy, we had to, like, be like, oh, my God, there's no candy. So, like, I had to walk to CVS at, like, 9:30 at night. And it was, like, dark because, like, the streetlights have, like, no power, and it was just like, oh my god, it's so dark, and I was, like, in my pajamas, because I was, like, too lazy to actually, like, go and actually put on, like, my jeans and a sweater, so, like, I was just in my pajamas, and I just put, like, this really, 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 really cute top over my tank top, because it was just like, oh my god, I'm not gonna walk around the corner in a v-neck tank top with like my pretty polka dot bra showing. So then I get there and there's like nobody there, and they're like open 24 hours. So then I was like, oh my god, there's nobody here. So then I tried to check the prices on like the candy because it was like in the clearance, and then the machine doesn't like work. So then I had to go find like one of those people who work there and then be like, oh my god, this like totally machine isn't working. Can you like tell me how much these are? Because they're like half off. And I'm totally interested in buying some, but I need to know how much they are going to be after the 50% off. Like, oh my god, my hair was just like moving, and I thought somebody was on the stairwell behind me. So it's I was like, oh my god, guys. So then I'm leaving, and there's like this 24-hour fast food place next to the CVS, and there were like a bunch of guys going in, and they were like, hey lady, you want to ride? And I'm like, oh my god, no, like I'm engaged, so I really don't want anything to do with you. Like, oh my god. I hate people who are like those totally girly girls, and the ones that are, it's a mini Ginny, and he has a cat, and it's an owl. No, anyway, like those girls who are like so girly, and like they're just like, I guess some people call them Valley girls, some people call them Jersey girls, depending on where you're from. The ones who are like Shelby from Cinderella Story, the ones who are like, what can I get that has no carbs, no fat, no sugar, no calories? It's just like water. But then, no, really, that's another thing I hate, is when you're walking and guys just randomly try to hit on you and take you out. It's disgusting. No offense to anybody who's ever done that, but it's disgusting when you're out. If you're just walking down the street, you don't want to be hit on. You don't want to be followed by a creepy guy in a creepy car and just have him pull up and be like, so, how old are you? Guys, seriously. If that's your best pickup line, go to a freaking bar and watch people actually do their work and pick up girls at a bar. And guys, seriously, if you're disgusting, like, if you're like one of those guys who has a beard but never trims it, and it's disgusting, I don't want to date you. If you're disgusting in general, if you smell, or you like if you use too much cologne, or you're just like one of those guys who never washes his hair and just wear it back in like one of those like ponytails, it's like, I'm a dude. I don't want to date you either. You're disgusting. But all in all, the nice guys are the guys we always overlook. I don't even know how I got on this topic. How did I get on this topic? I'm gonna have to rewatch the video to see how I got on the topic of guys. Oh my god. But my bang doesn't go over here. My bang goes over here. I'll have to fix that. But honestly, people, you know, you're not, like, I see girls complaining all the time about their boyfriends. I'm just like, he's acting that way because you let him act that way? I mean, like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm not calling her out on this, but there's this girl I know whose ex-boyfriend wants to get back to it with her, and she doesn't want to do it because he cheated on her and stuff. But in all honesty, she told him it was alright for him to cheat. So she really doesn't have a leg to stand on when it comes to being mad, because she was studying abroad for a while. So she was just like, oh yeah, you can have a relationship while I'm gone, because I know I'm going to be over in Europe and you're going to be here, and it just wouldn't be fair to you. So she does, and he cheats, and she's like, you cheated on me? It's like that movie, what's that movie, Hall Pass, I think, with like Owen Wilson. His brother is way cuter than him, but it was just like, you told him to cheat, so he cheated, although it wasn't really cheating, but she called it cheating. So, she's like the kind of girl, like, I love her to death, don't get me wrong, but she's just like, I don't know, like, she really doesn't have a legal leg to stand on if you're gonna take it to, like, I'm not saying that she would, but, like, you know how those people go to Judge Judy with, like, the stupidest, craziest things? Like, she doesn't have a legal leg to stand on. Okay, you know what? This is the best thing that ever happened to me with an ex. He lived in Texas. I met him through a friend of mine my freshman year of high school. Oh god, that seems like eons ago. But I met him through a friend of mine my freshman year of high school. And I have been going, Bonham, that's from, but I had been going to Cincinnati, and I was, like, really happy because I hate Cincinnati. Like, no offense to Cincinnati, but, like, it was just so boring for what I had to go there for. So he calls me, he's like, babe, we need to talk. I'm like, sure, go ahead. He's like, I think, now, this is just what I think, because, you know, you're in New Jersey, and I'm all the way in Texas. I think I should have a girlfriend here, and you should have a boyfriend there, but we still date each other. I was like, really? I was like, you know what, you're a fucking walking STD. Like, no go. Woo. I was like, no, why don't you just leave me alone? Why don't you just go drop dead or something? And I was like, he lived in this, I asked him what the name of his town meant. He lived in El Paso, and he's like, the sun something? I was like, you're lying to me. Because he had told me El Sol or something was the town he lived in. But then he told me El Paso. So I was like, where do you live again? He's like, El Paso. And I was like, So you live in the past. That's great. And it's like right on the border where Mexicans can illegally come in. Like, I couldn't stand it. And then he was just like, oh yeah. And then he came to New Jersey, and it was kind of like, I got banned from a Target, or is it a Walmart? I don't remember which one. But we're chasing him up and down the aisles. So it was a Target. For chasing him up and down the aisles with a power tool. Because, you know. What else are you going to do when you see your ex-boyfriend with a girl you used to be best friends with? Oh God, this is going over the limit. Peace out, guys. Leave comments below if you want. Goodbye.